Hello everyone, Donald D. Tosin here with another Don't Stop, Won't Stop global moment. I want to come on and share with you a great quote that I love. And it says, "There is no passion to be found in settling for a life that is less than the one that you are more than capable of living." Those were the words of the great late South African president, Dr. Nelson Mandela. How many of you want to live a life beyond your expectancy? Say I. How many of you want to live a life that is so transformational that it amazes you? Say I. How many of you want to live a life that will transform the lives in the world of those that are around you? Say I. Eyes have not seen, ears have not heard, nor has it entered into the hearts of man the things that God has planned for you, that thing to prosper you in every area of your life, if you just believe. Say I. Listen, I was sitting here reflecting back on a time in my life when my best friend for over 40 plus years came to me with an idea that was so brilliant. He submitted it to the manufacturing industry, to many manufacturing companies, only to receive a negative response. They told him that we're not doing this at this time. They told him that it was not practical. They told him that it will never work. A few years later, we learned that his idea was being introduced all over the world. I am talking about the sectional sofa. So what ideas have you had and you accepted the world's response of no? It's not going to work. Listen, when you find yourself in this position, you must begin to look at your reason why. Why was this idea given to you? How would this idea, when it becomes successful, affect your life and the lives of those that are around you? Think about the financial freedom that the next generation and your family will receive because you refuse to give up. Just because they told you no does not mean that it was a bad idea. They just could not see it at that time because it was not given to them. But listen, I am here to stir up the gift inside of you. Here's what you must do. Number one, you must believe in your dream when no one else believes in your dream. What if Walt Disney would have given up when he was told that a giant mouse would scare the women and the children? And now, because of his persistence of never giving up, we now have the largest theme park entertainment mega in the world. What if Oprah Winfrey would have given up after she was told that she was unfit for television? Because of her persistence of never giving up, she now owns, I'm talking about OWN, she owns the largest television network in the world. What if Thomas Edison had given up on the light bulb after he had failed 999 times? We would not recognize him for being the invention of the light bulb. Never give up. Number two, never allow someone else to tell you what you cannot do. I am reminded of a story I heard years ago. There were two young boys, they were playing on the ice. They were having a snow day and they decided to go out and have some fun. Suddenly, they heard an eerie sound. It was the cracking of the ice beneath them. As they were looking at each other eye to eye, one of the young men fell into the frigid waters. His best friend began to do the only thing that he knew at the time, and that was to begin to scream for help. Help! 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 But unfortunately, there was no one there to help him. Now, out of desperation, he was forced to look for alternatives. So he looked into the far distance and he saw a tree. He took off running across the lake at the risk of falling in himself and safely reached that tree. As he looked up at the branch, he realized that it was too high. And he jumps and he grabbed a hold of that branch, he broke it, and he ran back within the nick of time to save his friend. By that time, onlookers had called 911 and the paramedics arrived. They looked at this young man and were surprised that no harm had come to him. The paramedics, being puzzled, they began to ask questions about this miracle. They asked, how can such a little fellow run such a distance across this thin ice and reach that tree? How can such a young fellow leap up into this tree and break a branch that is impossible for him to break or even to reach? And how can this young fellow run back across this lake, risking the possibility of falling in himself and saving his friend? There was an old man standing in the background who spoke up and answered and said, I can tell you how he was able to do it. The paramedics turned and said, please tell us how was he able to do this? He said, because there was no one here to tell him that he could not do it. Never allow someone else to tell you what you cannot do when they do not hold the pen that writes the script to your life. Number 3, never give up. Even when you do not see the results, do it for the one. You have more inside of you than you can ever begin to imagine if you don't give up. Why were you told so many times that you could not do it? It was not a good idea. It is not practical because it was not given to them. It was given to you. Listen, this is Donald Tosin with another Don't Stop, Won't Stop Global Moment, saying, eyes have not seen, ears have not heard, nor has it entered into the hearts of man the thing that God has planned for you, that thing to prosper you in every area of your life. If you just believe. God bless you.